Hello?
Yo.
Hey, how are you?
Come on now. I'm phenomenal. What you mean?
Good, that's good. The video okay? It's okay, right?
Video is good. Video is good.
Good. How's
The question is this gonna it is pretty good. I just got back from Michigan this morning, so I'm cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask?
This video was gonna be posted on social media, or do you just use this to take notes?
Okay, so I can ask you that. Sometimes what I do is just write the article, but I may like include the videos to like my YouTube channel or something like that. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just wanted to know.
Okay.
My
Cool.
forehead looked kind of big. That's all. I just wanted to make sure. I was like,
you see my background's all blank, but we gonna rock. We gonna rock it.
We gonna rock.
Okay.
We gonna rock.
Yeah. So first of all, thanks for even and it's recorded by the way too.
Cool.
Yeah. So thanks for even reaching out. Like, I'm really interested. I really like the video, and the song was so powerful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Tell me, well, first, just tell me a little bit about yourself so we can get to know each other a little bit more.
Cool. ChiestLove, real name Randy Sharp Jr. Mm-hmm. Don't ever say it in public again, please.
Okay.
30 years old. I have a son. He's 10. I help believe I'm put on this earth to tell people stories, mm-hmm. Through conversation, through film, and through music. Simple.
Nice.
I wish my life wasn't my work. I wish I could actually enjoy it and have fun and mm-hmm. go, do car wheels and shit like that. But
literally, why do you feel like you can't have fun with your life?
I mean, I want to,
mm-hmm.
But like, we could just be having a conversation. I'm like, and it's a song, or it's you know what I mean? Like, strategically, my mind just works a certain way. So it's just like, of course, I try to have fun with it, but my mind is always moving as far as like something, whether it comes from something I might like, mm-hmm. or something that I feel like the universe is just giving to me that I need to tell. So.
Gotcha. And have you always had a love for like storytelling? Have you always, some people find out later in life, some people have known forever this is what they want to do. When did you decide that you knew like, art was what you wanted to do, and telling stories?
I don't remember. Okay, so I actually remember the exact thing.
Okay.
My mother was taking care of me. I was homesick. Mm-hmm. I believe I was faking sick. I'm not sure. I think I was faking sick.
Okay.
When y'all want to go to school, you like.
Sometimes you got to do that. Right. Yeah.
Exactly. She was like, I was like, come on, Mom, please. So, mm-hmm. She that day she made me mm-hmm. the sandwich with the good turkey, not the other turkey, like the real good turkey, not the bologna or the ham, like the turkey. Yes, Mama. So she made me the sandwich. Mm-hmm. And she's in a back crying. Mm-hmm. And, I'm 9 or 10 years old, so I really don't know what she's crying about, but I can assume it's probably about some guy, right? Okay. And afterwards, she came out and she put on music. Mm-hmm. She started cleaning. Mm-hmm. And she put on Drew Hill, I Should Be Your Boyfriend, and Beauty.
Yeah, right? Classic.
Classic, right?
Yes.
And so I'm listening to him, mm-hmm. and her whole mood changed. Mm-hmm. And at that moment, I knew that I wanted to do music. Okay. And the reason why is because of my mom. Like, I wanted to make people feel happy from their pain.
Right.
So
I love that. And I mean, music does do that. I mean, so many times you could be sad, you could be happy. You put on a slow song, you put on an upbeat song, and your whole mood changes the way you feel. If you can feel accomplished, you can feel like whatever I'm going through, I can attack this now. So I understand that completely. So take me, getting more into your current project. I mean, tell me about what that moment was. I mean, obviously we're in such a special time with Black Lives Matter and everything. Was it something that you saw? Was it just the time? Like, what made you really want to tell this story?
So I have a 10-year-old son, mm-hmm. from a relationship I was in when I was married. And we had married her when I was 19, got divorced at 22, and been back and forth in court as far as custody ever since. And so now I'm 30, and I finally won in court. Nice. But I did not want to mess that up going to March. Something happened while I'm peacefully protesting, and then, police step on my shoe. I'm from Chicago. We don't play that. You know what I mean? Like, I got on Jordans. I'm like, this ain't gonna work.
Yes.
So, I decided to protest through art. And I reached out to about 20 different Chicago people, tried to make it like a Chicago project. Chicago didn't have a response to everything that was going on collectively. Not only that, but our mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and Trump was going at it. Like, literally, like, they was going at it.
Wow.
So I was like, yo, we need some type of response to let them know, right? And what's the best response than to let somebody know that we built it?
Yeah.
So reached out to a bunch of people. A few people saw the vision, they came on board. And basically, we built it as a movement in 3 forms: song, film, and documentary. So all 3. I have 3 different things, right? And so for me, it's a whole process. And throughout the conversation, I'll break everything down. But essentially, I just wanted to help my people.
Right.
I wanted to, do something in the midst of us not being able to, because COVID really set people back, right? And so I didn't want to, now that we started to open stuff back up, I didn't want to just go and continue to work on a script or song that I had. And I was like, it really doesn't fit the time. So it goes to what you said, like, let me do something that fits the mode. Like,
right.
I want to put out, no offense, but let me not put out nothing that's not representing our people to the next level at this moment. I have no problem with WAP coming out. I have no problem with anything. It's a good song. But for me, I personally couldn't put out music that represented that before I represent the moment. That's all.
No, I understand that. It's like, because I'm someone who also likes to write and create, and I felt myself like I was working on another project, and same thing, I had to stop. So I was like, I almost feel like not like disloyal writing this right now, because it's like it should be something so much bigger is going on. So I completely understand that. And even just listening to the song and watching the video, random things stick out to me. So I saw, like, at one point, like, the close-up of like the tear going down her face, and just you could tell there was like passion and just the words and the performance. So tell me about that process. How did you go about like finding the singers, and you put in the group together? I saw you was it the DP, which is Obama's foundation? Like, how did you find this group of people, and what was that like, especially going through like a custody battle while creating, because that can be a lot.
So
I know I asked a lot, so
no. I was just trying to see how I put it. So my follow-up game is strong. Let me just say that.
Okay, follow-up game.
So I was DMing people. I was, if you didn't respond in 3 days, which is like 72 hours, I'm in your comment section. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not insensitive. If you put up a birthday post, I'd be like, hey, happy birthday. But I need you on this song though. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's just like, I was real adamant. But just kind of put it out there. I found everybody on Instagram, to be honest.
Yeah.
Found everybody on Instagram. 2 people.
Like social media, people, it gets so much slack, but you can use it the right way too.
No, them hashtags, they work.
Yes.
When you look up, I found you on the hashtag.
Yeah, and I saw the comment. I was like, wow, he's so right. It's so different to like get that one-on-one connection before just the email. So I appreciated that.
All I did was look up radio, red carpet interviews. What else I look up? Just like, different interviews, media correspondence, whatever. Yeah. And then seeing that you had some posts and seeing that some people, we had some of the same people connected and this and that. And I'm just like, yo, her page is dope, whatever. But to go back to your question, for me was just being in a position where, one, my son is first. All this is for him. So, I have to do what I have to do on that end. But as far as the music, As far as how I put everything together, I started after we created the song and I found everybody and people came. We created the song. Whenever I make a song, it becomes like a film. Like I just see a film. So and by film I mean like thriller, like it's a movie, but it's like a music video, right? So we create the film, and even that was interesting because it was like the day before our protest scene, we had to switch spots from downtown because some protesters got into it with the police, and the police hit an 18-year-old girl in the mouth, and her teeth was knocked out. Like, it was a lot going on. So it was like, yo, let me not go downtown with 40 people. Motherfuckers might get, you know what I mean? So we had to hurry up and switch it. But when we switched it, it became even better for the new spot. So did that, and then next thing you know, one of the people who came out was the cinematographer of the Obama Foundation, which I didn't even know he did until that. So things just happened the way, it was supposed to happen. When you have the right intentions, when you don't give up, when you meditate and you visualize and you pray and you put in that work, you know what I mean, and you don't make an excuse. To me, it's just a matter of time before you get what you put out there. So I just kept working, kept putting it in, and
Meditating, is that something you do regular, especially now, like with quarantine? I mean, it's so easy to get distracted or just feel out of your element. Like, what helps keep you centered? Is it meditation?
Definitely meditation. Definitely meditation. I would say.
You hear my dog in the background. Can I let him over? I don't want you to hear him in the background.
Surprised my dog.
Okay.
So for me, meditation is not just closing your eyes and, but for me, meditation is stillness.
Right. Okay.
Meditation is sitting with yourself and realizing that a lot of the questions you have the answers to when you sit, to be honest with yourself is meditation, because you're not running so fast. So I sat, I meditate, and be still, and get the answers. Like, I was meditating before this call. I was like, I want to be in the right space. I want to be in the right energy, and then as soon as I was meditating, an answer that I've been wanting to have for the past few weeks came to me literally. And so when I had to hurry up and record it because I was like, oh, I want to miss this interview. Let me hurry up and, of course, I recorded it and then ran over here, whatever. So for me, it's just like that. That's important for me personally. I know some people pray, some people, go to church. Some people, have friends and people to talk to. But for me, sitting still, closing my eyes, meditation, incantation, visualization, all that to be to really focus is what gets me to the next level. So
I'll tell you, for years, my dad used to tell me meditate. And this is when I was younger, and I feel like I can't do it. I don't know. My mind is always everywhere. I can't sit still. But as an adult now, I do realize just kind of those quiet moments. You think better. You're more creative because you can kind of cut out the noise. But that's something I'm still working on. But I know so many people who, like you, who say exactly what you're saying. That there's just too many people that tell me it works. So it's one of those things I got to make sure I add into my practices.
All right, let me ask just one question for you. So you continue. You ain't got to answer it.
Okay.
Do you smoke?
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't smoke.
Okay.
But I have smoked. And I had a joint. I don't know. Somebody gave me an edible, and I was like, "Bro, I'm not eating this edible. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm cool." But I said, "You know what? Let me. All right." Because I fast often. Like fasting is a lifestyle for me. So so I ate the edible. And it was like, oh, this is not nothing. And then next thing you know, like an hour later, like it started coming.
Just the world starts spinning.
When I tell you, I decided the whole time I was high for hours.
Oh no, not hours.
I had my eyes closed meditating.
Wow, really?
Listen to me. I've never been more closer to God in my life. When
Really?
I tell you visualization when you're high is a whole
A
nother
whole
level.
different level.
Listen to me. If you ever try it, just try to visualize. When I tell you, I was on the whole, oh my God. That's
Oh,
a whole other convo. But anyway, go ahead. That shit's crazy.
that's interesting. Yeah, no, that has never been. I know this isn't the healthiest way, but my advice, so to speak, is more so drinking. I just never really got into smoking,
Yeah.
but I have
Even
heard,
when you drink,
yeah.
when you get drunk, literally just close your eyes and visualize. When I tell you, you're gonna be like, God
I gotta write this stuff down.
yo, it was I could damn near taste and touch everything. I was like, this is crazy.
Oh
This
my
is
goodness.
crazy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so noted. I even though I don't do it, I got a lot of friends who do. So I'm gonna start saying, hey, when you're high,
Yeah.
I just start visualizing. Don't just sit there. Don't turn on the music.
Right. Exactly. Like, don't waste the high.
Don't waste the high. Use it. This could be the next project. So, one of the things you talked about was like that when you have a good intention behind what you're doing, things just kind of fall together. So I thought it was interesting that I saw that the $50,000, the money you're raising, goes to public schools. There's so many different causes, but public schools is actually something that I feel like it's very, very important. So I want to know, of course, from you, like what made you pick that cause and then why?
I am a product of public schools.
Yeah.
And for me, it's important to give back.
Yeah.
My goal is to be able to build leverage. So for my red carpet premiere, and again, we'll get to all this later, but my red carpet premiere is for media, cast, and crew only. It's not open to the public. So that's to build leverage. So I want to be able to build those numbers up. I want to be able to, work with people like yourself and get stories out, and then really, hit it hard when it's time to go live and to launch everything. And then from there, I want to be able to sell the documentary, the film, whatever. But if Netflix says, hey, I really love what y'all doing, we want to buy it, you have to, you can't just buy it without investing in my community.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy this film for $1 million, you have to invest over 4 years $1 million. So for each year, $250,000, you have to invest in Chicago public schools or whatever, foundation. Like you have to invest in my community. So if you want to do business with me, you have to invest in my community. And to be honest, I learned that from Meek Mill. He said that in an interview.
Really?
If you do business with me, you have to invest in my community. And I was like, wow.
I like that. Somebody sees it tomorrow and they want to buy it, they have to give a portion to Chicago's public city school.
Exactly.
I like that. That's important. That's a good way to do it too. You get your work out there in your project spot, but you also helping your community. I like it. Checks all the boxes.
There you go. Check all the boxes.
Yeah. So, and then another thing that was interesting, because like I like stories like this. I love art, but I also love when there's like meaning behind it,
Right.
So speaking about like giving back, you mentioned reparations. Why? You know what? I can make this competition.
That's not giving back though. That's not giving back.
You're right.
That's not giving back. That's not giving back.
You're right.
I'm gonna need you to rewind.
Rewind. That question was said wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, you said wrong. Because my question actually that I was getting to was like, why do you think that hasn't happened yet? Because when you really think about everything, it's like, how is that? Especially now, like even in the political time we're in, like I just would think that would be a conversation that's had more. You know what I mean? Like with all the things that we've done, like you stress in the song, you know what I mean? Like there's we built this country. So with all the things that happened to our ancestors and the stuff we've done, you just would think that would have happened already. I know we're kind of, the country's messed up. We shouldn't be surprised. But I guess my question is, why do you think that hasn't happened? And why was it important to you to focus on that?
So I had the same question. I still have that question.
Yeah.
But as I'm interviewing people, state representatives, aldermen, people who are a part of the ADOS, which is American Descendants of Slavery, and or COBRA, the other side.
Okay.
both fighting for reparations, but in different ways.
Okay.
And what I've learned so far is this, and I'm still learning, so I can be corrected. But what I'm learning is we do not have identity. That's the thing. When you say Black people deserve reparations, what Black people? We don't have identity. Okay. So if a person comes over here from Jamaica in the 2000s and we get approved for reparations, does he deserve reparations? No, because his people, his ancestors did not go through slavery.
Right. I see what you're saying.
In America,
the
French colony enslaved his people. So the France should be paying him, not America.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So we don't have an identity. The Indians have an identity.
Yeah.
The Asian Americans have an identity.
Yeah.
We don't have an identity. A Black person can come from overseas, and if he look a certain color, he can say, "I'm African American."
Yeah.
What? No, you're not.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that with our vice president. That's a whole other subject.
That's
a whole other subject. The person who has done 3 interviews last week. No, 3 interviews so far where she's rapping rap lyrics and wearing Timberland boots off an airplane. That's fucking crazy to me. But fucking crazy. But for me, we don't have an identity. So that's why ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, is trying to have cure the identity part through blood testing, through this, through that. You have to remember,
ADOS.
It was called the slave trade.
Yeah.
The slave trade means what? You are trading something, which means you're getting something as well.
Yeah.
So there were some Black people who traded us. What about those descendants? Yeah. Should the people who sold us into slavery get reparations? Fuck no.
No. Yes.
But how do we know those people?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So we need to have an identity. Now, that's what I'm learning from different, situations, this and this and this, because there's so many. We just look at skin color and be like, "Oh, you Black. Oh yeah, you've been through the struggle." And let's just be honest. Obama's parents, his father's from overseas, and his mother is white.
Yeah.
He don't connect to slavery. His people don't go through it. Let's be honest. I'm not saying I don't love Obama, but his people didn't go through it. So we can't get mad if in interviews, if they say, "Do you support reparations?" he say no. His people didn't go through it. Okay. Kamala Harris' people didn't go through it if you research her parents. So for me, it's understanding the identity and not just putting people in power and not just following up and not just being like, "Oh, you Black, we deserve it." No, we have to have an identity. That way we can say, these Black people deserve it. And once we focus on these Black people, then we go global for every Black person that was enslaved. Who enslaved your people? Are the French? Okay. Who are the Canadians? Boom. You know what I mean? Now,
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I mean, it sounds like so many other things. Like sometimes there's really good ideas, but if there's not like a plan or a strategy behind it, it almost doesn't matter. It sounds like that. Like we would need to know, like, here's why these people deserve it. Here's why these people don't. Here's how it could actually happen. What does that look like? What do reparations look like? Is that money? Is that land? Like those, I think that's part of it too. Like, it's something that's said a lot, but it's like, that's something we would kind of have to quantify a little bit. And then I agree. I mean, hearing you say that's a very interesting perspective that I haven't really thought about, to be honest. But yeah, I think we do just often say like, Black people need reparations, but it's like, do all Black people need reparations? Which is something that sounds even weird to say, but yeah.
See, exactly.
But when you get down to it, it's not everybody.
When I was doing an interview and I was like, "Yo, this is blowing my mind." I'm like, "Yo." Yeah. Because I'm thinking like, you Black, yo, we finna get your reparations, right? But apparently there's so much more deeperness. Now, with ADOS, again, I can be corrected. With ADOS, they focus on the money part.
Right.
With Cobra, they focus on 5 pillars, 5 elements, which is what you said. So it's monetary is one, but they focus on community building and health, mental health, and they focus on restoration of, you know, this and that, and, you know, so there's so much more. But the difference is that they want to give it to all Black people, and the other people are saying, no, we need identity, so not all Black people get it. So it's kind of like they need to work together, but figure out what's important.
Yeah,
to come together, but they aren't, because they run by different people. You see what I'm saying? So it's that situation where it's like different religions, but I want to follow God. It's like, you know, okay. So.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Hearing you say that, even think about it, it's like it makes sense logically, but I just mean, like, as a people, like in general, Black people just go through so much more in this country. So, like, should all Black people get something? But then it's like, I guess that starts the conversation of, if we're being serious about everything that we've been through and who it goes to, then it's like, that isn't everybody. But the other side just seems like, I don't know, I feel like in a way almost all Black people should get something, because there are still, if someone deals with like systemic racism, but maybe their background isn't technically connected to slavery, should they still get something? I kind of feel like they should, but maybe they shouldn't logically. You know what I mean? I'm kind of all over the place, but I don't know. That's an interesting conversation to have, because part of me feels like we shouldn't exclude people, but then there obviously are people who deserve it a lot more, you know? I'm sorry, you're, can
you hear me?
I think it's because someone was calling. I'm sorry, go ahead.
All Black people deserve reparations. The difference is America should not pay for everybody. That's all we're trying to figure out.
Okay, gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of them deserve it.
Yeah.
Of all ages, because we're all affected, even through, you know, lineage. But America should not pay them all. That's the only situation. Now, America started them all.
Yes.
Right. But the other countries continued it. So they still deserve liability.
Yeah.
So I get it, where it's like, yo, America should be, you know, tried within the universal court system to be like, yo, you started this. So basically, like, you know, instead of friends paying Jamaicans, then they can say, oh, well, the taxes that you charge us in America, we're not going to pay anymore. You're going to pay. So it's different ways, but, you know, white people are giving up their money easily. So, I mean, it's just, you know.
I get that too.
You know, we don't, but we putting pressure on now.
We are.
Putting pressure on.
Things are changing a little bit.
Things are changing.
So you seem like obviously very passionate about this. Tell me about a little bit of your background. Like, have you always, obviously you have the art side, but have you always been tapped into like our issues, or that's some, you know, tell me about your background.
I mean, I went and did like Big Brother, Big Sister, and you know, I always felt like I wanted to, I'm not a big religious person, I'm more spiritual. So for me, tithing is not just giving money to a church, but tithing is giving 10% of yourself. So I'll go and I, you know, feed the homeless or whatever, you know, help out friends or whatever I can do. So for me, it's just whatever. If I've ever had a job, it's always been some type of serving. So if I'm a server at a restaurant, if I'm security at a club, something to where I'm serving people so that way I can help. So I guess naturally that's just what I've done. But for me, and we'll get to this later. Right now, I'm just completely doing music, doing film, and you know, telling stories through conversation. So for me, that's just what I'm doing.
So nice. I like it. So tell me about the film. What's it going to be about? Of course, I get a little bit from, you know, from the video you sent me, but is it going to be more like a documentary? Is it going to be more like a narrative? Tell me, is it going to be about yourself? Tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, so we built it three components. The song comes out November 4th.
Okay.
The music video that you saw comes out with it. And then the small snippet of the trailer. The film and the documentary are separate. Okay. So the film is basically like the thriller. It's the song, but it's an extended version. Okay. So you see the music video you saw, but it's completely different. This is like with actors, right? Okay. So you see, so there's a whole script to it. There's like, you know, a black woman who is a black woman who is a janitor at the Trump Towers.
Oh, wow.
And she walks in and she's trying to, say hello to the people walking out. They're white. They just look at her, keep walking. No, they don't even look at her. They just walk past.
Yeah.
And then she goes in there and cleans up, and she notices what's on the board. Mm-hmm. The CEO comes back because he left something in there, and he sees her looking and wonders what she, just kind of asks her a question. Yeah. And she knew more than he expected. And so they end up talking, and you see them changing clothes, which shows time going by. Yeah. And next thing you know, she goes home to her son to take care of him, and she sees on the news things that they were talking about he's now cashed in on.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's what happens sometimes. Person steals your ideas, they steal your thing, they steal this, they give her any credit. And word got out of what happened, and we start protesting, right? Nice. And so then you go through and you see different situations. You see, people getting, roughed by the police, this and this and that. Like, there's certain instances heading to the march where it's like what black people go through on a daily in 2020. And it's really just, by the end of the song, you see a resolution of what happens. But initially, what my friend said is when she saw it, she felt like that was like the Reparations song. You know what I mean? Like, we built it. Yeah. So it's just interesting how, things happen. Yeah. I didn't look at it like that, but I understand now, listening to the song and watching the film, how she sees that. So for me, it's that's that component.
Okay.
Now the documentary part is going into the process of why we deserve reparations, because we built it. Well, what do we build? How do we build it? So that goes into where would America be without Black culture, Black inventions, and Black creativity? And because of that, we deserve reparations. So it goes into the history of Black people, goes into talking about, reparations and interviewing different people in a system. It talks to historians, talks to educators, talks to different people in the culture. I got Twister, I got Damon Williams, a comedian. I got all these different people in Chicago famous. And it really just talks about culture, creativity, and inventions of Black people. And then it talks about my own life. So you brought this up earlier, like, how are you doing all this while you're still fighting for your son in court? Well, by the end of the documentary, you will see that while I am fighting for my son in court, and while I'm fighting for my people through art, my son is fighting for his life. So my son just got heart surgery.
Oh my goodness.
So the whole documentary is about fighting. Yeah. Fighting through your insecurities, fighting through, adversity in the court system. If you're a single parent, fighting for your child, fighting through, adversity if you're trying to help your people and it seems like there's no way out. No one's listening. There's no nothing. There's no traction. And then not only that, but for people who are parents of kids with disabilities. So the whole thing is a fight.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's different components. You know what I mean? There's different components, and the documentary will most likely be either like an hour and a half, or I'll do it where it's like 5 little, like a doc series where it's like 5 little series that you watch or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a whole situation. You know
so
what I mean? Whole situation.
And the screening coming up will be for the scripted film, and then the documentary you'll release. Like what, week by week, or how do you think you're going to do that?
So the red carpet premiere on November 21st is going to be a snippet of the documentary, and the film will be at the end of it.
Gotcha. Okay, nice.
So it shows a snippet of the doc, and it shows the film. Okay. But when it shows the film, I'm still probably going to do like a cliffhanger. So it's like, oh, why you didn't show me the ending? And then it's like, no, you gotta wait, right? So that's initially what it's gonna be. So, so yeah, it's a whole situation.
Great. That sounds so good. That sounds so interesting. I love when there's like a good story, something that, brings you in, has a nice theme, but at the same time, it has a, a good message behind it too. And I think it's important and necessary right now, So yeah. So we can check it out soon. He said the screen. I'm not in Chicago. I'm in Atlanta, but my people who are in Chicago can come see it on you said on the 4th?
So it's not open to the public.
I'm sorry. It'll just be
this is media casting crew.
Okay.
January 21st, it will be on. Is when we launch it.
Okay. I'm sorry you did say that. Okay.
No.
Okay, cool. I'm jealous because I just wish I could see it. That's all it is. I'm trying to get other people to see it too. Nice. Okay, so I'll definitely what I'll do, for my conversation is write up an article. But I'll also attach this so people can kind of hear our conversation too. I love the writing side of it, but I think sometimes it's nice for people to actually hear, how the conversation went also. Is there anything else you want to share or you would like included?
No, just if you feel moved by the story, if you feel moved by the movement, I would love to just have you share with your media correspondent friends, like, yo, this person is really doing something in Chicago. I think you should be doing whatever. Just our goal is to be able to push it. I haven't gotten paid from it.
Yeah.
Like my goal is to really get behind this and fight for our people. So.
Yeah, that's powerful and important. It's powerful and important. I definitely will. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for sharing the story. I'll be praying for your son. I know that's a fight, of course. And yeah, any way I can support, please keep in communication. Let me know for sure.
I definitely will. I appreciate you.
No problem. You have a good rest of your night.
All right, you too. Take care.
Bye.